So do you ever show up to a weekly podcast and you sit across from a guy and you just don't get it, man?
Every week it happens. Every week where I have to sit on my hands so I don't want to hit you. Yeah.
So you think about hitting me?
More like a dream. I
Right.
know it can never happen in real life, but
It could happen.
it could happen. I've tried, but you won't promise no comebacks, so we can't do that.
Dude, that's a little hurtful that you think about hitting
I would
me.
never. More of a love tap than
A love
hit.
tap. I can handle a love
Like
tap.
a little love tap.
Well, dude, I got a crazy story I'm going to share with you in a little bit.
Yeah.
That I got a new Food City hack.
Nice.
Also, with our Lick My Skillet segment, we've been talking about skillets a lot more recently. Got a pretty interesting skillet story. And so I'm pretty excited, man.
Yeah.
Just get ready, buckle up. We're gonna get into some fun stuff today.
Let's do it. Let's cut to the intro. Do.
I'd like to introduce myself. I don't believe that we have ever met. I think that we could hit it off so well. Let me paint a picture, you and me together. I'd like to introduce.
Hey guys, this is Austin,
It's Mark.
and welcome back to Life with Rojo.
Man,
It feels like it's been a long time, but
it's been a week.
It's been
and
a
we saw
week.
each other this past weekend. Like,
yeah.
we record the Tuesday before the podcast comes out, and we went to a comedy show like 3 days ago.
That does not feel like a month ago.
Well, because you were late. So,
Well, touche.
So we recorded with Dad Bod Veteran last week.
Yeah,
Austin was about 15 minutes late, which it was traffic.
it was traffic. Yeah, there was a lot of traffic.
Then we
that day.
went to a comedy show. I know it was Wednesday. When we went to the
Wednesday.
comedy
It was
show. It wasn't
Wednesday.
the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to a comedy show. Brian Bates, he crushed
You did.
on
Good job.
Wednesday. And then Austin showed up so late that the lady wouldn't even give him a seat. She put him in like timeout, like right at the entrance.
So truth be told, so I walked in. I said, "Hey, I'm with this group," and she's like, "I think they're way over there. The show is just starting." I was like, "Let me just like sit right here." I didn't want to like walk in front of everybody, so I sat myself there at that table, and I saw y'all. Then you saw me, so I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna run over there anyways." But I was a little bit late because I had to work late. But
I felt like it was a little more timeout. But
it looked like timeout because I was sitting there by myself with my hands
right
together.
But man, it was cool. Like we got to have some of the Rojo family come out to the comedy show with us.
We had some like people who won the tickets that we gave out, and some other supporters, and it was nice to get out there.
It was great seeing them. I remember, we had a lot of conversation, had a lot of fun with it, took some pictures and they thought it was really cool because they listen to us every week. So then they're like, "Oh, we get to hang out with them now." So
and I'm pretty sure someone I got a Diet Coke, kind of splurged. Got me a Coke Zero there. I was like, "Yeah, I'll drink a Diet soda."
I thought you would have got the ginger beer, man.
Less calories,
right?
But,
I had to explain that to somebody. That was one of my friends there. Like one of my friends that came, she used to be, she still is at the church that I used to pastor, but she's the church secretary and treasurer, a huge friend of the family. Like we love her so much, and her daughter Deidre. But Miss Janet, when she heard me order a ginger beer, she thought I was, fell off the wagon or something. And
everyone thinks that when you order a ginger beer, they think it's actual beer, but it's just ginger ale. It's just stronger.
It's like a stronger ginger ale.
Yeah.
And my sons, we'll like have a pizza night or something. I'll be like, "Hey, grab a couple ginger beers," and then people will be trying to ID them. And I'm like, "There's not alcohol. It literally says non-alcoholic on it." Yeah.
It's a soda. But anyways, I got a Diet Coke, and I realized afterwards I left, they didn't charge me for my Coke. So I don't know if one of the Rojo, people paid for my drink. So if you paid for my drink, whoever it was, I appreciate the Diet Coke. But I didn't realize till after I got home, I was like, I never paid for my drink.
Do you think it's that, or do you think if you try to go to the comedy club again that they have your picture?
Oh, I'm sure they have my picture, and not on the wall with all the other
not with
actual comedian people that they like.
Right.
More like,
right.
Don't let him in.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you're making through the door because there's another comedian from Nateland coming this week. I was gonna see if you wanted to go.
They won't let me because I didn't pay for my Diet Coke.
Right.
But
yeah, well, we got a kind of crazy week this week because dear Miss Neva Man, the movie came out, and I've never really kept up with like what's going on with movies, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
I'm not looking to see like, oh, how much money is this making? What are people saying about it? But I have found myself looking up
Yeah.
almost every day, like just these things about Miss Neva, and there's so many positive things. Like
Oh,
people are saying she was the perfect pick, she was incredible. My brother went to the movie. He's like, she did a good job.
did
He's
great.
like, she's country, but she did
Oh
a
yeah,
good
she
job.
did great. Well, I went, last weekend with a couple of friends and we saw it, and it was pretty cool seeing her up on the screen. Like,
Yeah,
that's Miss Neva. Like, I know her.
right,
She rode in my car twice.
right.
She
Hey,
she ate a veggie plate next to me after we recorded
yeah,
for
man.
dinner. But she did great. I will say,
No, I can't wait to
we
see it. And
yeah,
then, so it was
she did
kind of
great.
funny because like the grind that they have to go through as actors and
Oh yeah,
actresses, like on the day that, one of the biggest roles that like iconic role that somebody could play,
yeah,
like Superman's mom, like Angel was going over there and she was doing an audition for another thing and Angel was helping her out and
that's
stuff. And
awesome.
so it was really
That's
cool.
awesome.
And her and Brandon got to go over there and hang out. And now we've got another special thing. And now this is going to be before this episode comes out, but
Right,
Saturday night,
right.
we get to go to a meet and greet she's having.
Yeah,
And man, I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
I need to get a Superman shirt because I don't have a Superman shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I can order one.
Dude, you could wear the new Rojo shirt that we ordered
with a red cape.
and then put a cape.
We could do that.
That's what you need to do. You need to get us 2 capes.
If I can find
Yeah.
even a tablecloth and we just get some Velcros. I mean, where do you buy capes at?
I mean, like the tablecloths, like when you're 7 and you're
Well,
trying to be Superman.
some
and you're
people say
jumping
I'm
off the
childlike,
table.
so
I'm sure you can find a cape for us
I'll
online.
try to find a cape for us.
Yeah,
But
we
I-
could do that with the Rojo shirt.
That would be pretty funny. But I remember when she was here a few weeks ago, she kept talking about how much time she had to put in the accent.
Mm-hmm.
So I found myself when I was watching the movie this past weekend, like whenever she would speak, I was like really listening to like her accent and how she did awesome. Like,
Well, so it's funny because I found myself like defending her a little bit, and not that anybody was saying anything ugly about her, but I was reading this one comment thread, and they were like, "Hey, that accent's not really Kansas." And or wherever
yeah,
it's from.
yeah.
I forget, but
Oklahoma, I can't remember. It's somewhere
yeah,
in the Midwest.
but it's not from that. It's a little more southern. And I was like, well, actually, if you listen to the Life with Rojo podcast at this point, then you can see how she got it, and she
Mhm.
actually essentially duplicated someone else's. And I was like, and she's a master of accents.
And back off.
Yeah,
Let her-
because we're pretty
yeah.
much her adopted son.
We are her biggest fans here
Yeah,
in the
so-
Southeast. But no, she did great. It was cool seeing her on the screen. I'm excited about this weekend too. Get to be at the movie with her. I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be pretty exciting.
No, for sure. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But right before this episode, I had something pretty cool happen. And I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. It's
Jump in.
my new food city hack, man.
Okay.
And so what I did is we're a small town here, we're
Y'all
humble
are.
people.
Some could say.
And we got the updated food city. Now,
Y'all do have a nice food city.
we have a really nice
for
food city.
the size of town this
yeah,
is.
yeah.
No shade. That is a fancy food city.
Oh yeah, we're fancy.
Yeah.
Like
Applebee's.
I was waiting for
That's the only lyrics I know to that song.
Right,
But
right.
anyways, yeah.
Oh, there's some good lyrics.
Oh, I
in
know.
that song.
Something about Oreo milkshake or something,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
something. Anyways,
That's a fun song, though.
it is a fun. We haven't heard this. I haven't heard that in a long
That's
time.
what we need to do. We need to get Walker Hayes come on here one day, and he can tell us about the Applebee song
Do a little diddly
because you know
burst.
that dude. Like I follow him on social media,
Right.
and dude, he's always doing stuff with his kids and seem like he's having so much fun and like man, he seems like a really cool guy.
He does. I wonder if he really does eat at Applebee's.
I
pretty
hope
often.
not. Like I feel like he'd have trouble going into a public place like that. But then too, unless it's a promotional thing, I don't think he's eating Applebee's. But back in the day,
Back in the day,
Applebee's was kind of the spot.
the appetizer sampler, I forgot all that came with it. That was smacking. It was good.
Dude, some of the things that like were great when we were kids that aren't so great now, like
It's sad.
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Like
This is one of them.
they're owned by IHOP now.
Well, that's
Or
why.
yeah, or it might be the other way around. But what they did for a couple concepts is they had like where you can pick Applebee's menu or IHOP. So think about like you got like an anniversary dinner and you're trying to get a little steak and shrimp seafood
Right.
action, surf and turf.
The wife wants a
And
waffle
then
or a pancake.
yeah, and then she's got some pancakes with syrup all over.
That honestly does not sound like a bad idea. I'm just
I
saying.
think that's why you're still single.
That's probably why. That's why IHOPs and Applebee's are. One could say on the decline, but
True. The best thing about IHOP was you can go anytime. So I remember after a lot of
yeah.
late night games, we would go.
I remember in college, the IHOP in the town back then, like it'd be packed out where like during final season, and they would actually bring out extension cords and little like power strips. The workers would, because there would be like laptop cords everywhere across the floor, like staying there studying and doing finals and
Who
stuff.
do you think's funding that? I don't think IHOP is. I think it's those like waiters or waitresses
I'm not sure.
in like their house, like they have like one of those like just movable fans, and like the kids like roasting in there because they took
like
the power cord.
Brought the power cord back to the IHOP. But anyways, getting back to your Food City.
Food City. All right. So ours got remodeled. Like you're from North Carolina, where if you guys want to go to like a solid Ingles, go to any of them in North Carolina.
They are nice.
But the ones here are not.
A little scary.
Yeah,
it's a little scary.
But our Food City is super nice now.
It is.
They even, I don't know if it's open yet, but they got Starbucks in it. They got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Although they have great brisket, but a brisket truck like comes. They don't actually cook it there, which is really disappointing because I would probably get brisket.
You are a brisket connoisseur. I would say all the places that get some good brisket.
Brisket's my favorite food group.
Yeah, it is good. It's good.
But so what I did today, I was like, man, I gotta get some extra protein in. I try to hit that like 200 grams of protein every day. And I was like, man, what am I going to do to get my protein? I was like, I need, with stuff I've calculated throughout the day, I need about 50 more grams. And I was like, well, a pound of orange chicken, about 50 grams. And, they're not putting tons of sauce on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go in there and just get meat. So I was like, hey, I'd like to get some, orange chicken. And they're like, what do you want, the small container, the middle, or the large? I was like, do you fill them up? And they're like, yeah. I was like, well, let's go middle. They filled it up, put the label on it, and it said 6 ounces. Went over to the fruit scale and weighed it.
Oh.
It was a little over a pound. $4.
And they put 6 ounces on it.
Yeah, they wrote 6 ounces because that's what the container's for.
Mm-hmm.
But meat weighs more.
So you got like a pound of chicken.
I got a pound of orange chicken
for $4.
$4.
Now that's a deal. I like.
That's a hack.
That's something Austin would do.
Dude, that's
3 times a week.
And I told my son.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he got it today too.
Well, tell him to ride out there again and give me a little bucket of orange chicken for the. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Well, that's like my hack with Golden Corral. I don't like Golden Corral, but if you're on the road, you're not wanting to go eat out and stuff like that. You go to Golden Corral, get their to-go box.
Right,
$6.99 a pound.
I've done that.
Just
before.
Get a 1 pound steak.
After we talked about that, I've done that before.
Yeah,
I think was it Cookeville?
Probably.
It sounds like a town that has a Golden Corral.
Yeah, they've got the Golden Corral in Cookeville.
I will say that back home, and I've talked about the Golden Corral back home. It is delicious, especially on a Saturday. Their brunch buffet.
Did you say especially?
Especially?
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
I was confused.
A little Flynn, maybe, but I need to try that. I'm gonna go to Food City and
Chattanooga doesn't even have one anymore.
I know.
You got to go to what, Fort O?
I think so. Yeah, because we don't have one in Cleveland either.
So, do you have any other good grocery store hacks or anything?
So I haven't tried this, but I saw online that Winn-Dixie, which they're still around, hit and miss. I don't know where they're at. Probably Alabama.
No, I've seen some Winn-Dixie. Like if you're going up toward North Carolina, there's a.
Where?
No, that's a Piggly Wiggly.
It's a Piggly Wiggly. I know.
There's a Piggly Wiggly.
64.
I mean, they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But
they're cousins. They're first cousins.
It was somewhere when we were going to North Carolina. The last time we went to visit my parents.
Was it in Georgia though? Like North Georgia?
Could be. I don't know. I know we saw Winn-Dixie.
But I guess they have like a hot bar
Mhm.
also. I've never tried. I haven't been to Winn-Dixie in I don't know how long. But they have it doesn't include a weight. It's not a weight limit, but they have like these different size buckets
Mhm.
that you can basically fill with all their different types of chicken wings, boneless, bone-in, whatever they have.
Mhm.
And I guess there may be 2 or 3 buckets. You can choose like a small, medium, large, and maybe one's like $20, one's 22, one's whatever they are.
And it's like whatever you can fit in it.
Whatever you can fit in it is the base price.
So you get your chicken looking like mashed potatoes.
You can, I mean, it's like a puree. But I don't know the nearest Winn-Dixie, but I want to try it.
Yeah.
I can put some chicken wings in a bucket.
That sounds
Trust
like
me.
a good deal. I used to go to Whole Food a lot, and their bar was like $7.99 or $8.99 or whatever. But then you could get a pound of brisket.
Yeah,
for that price. When brisket's like $20 a pound,
which is not bad. But yeah, we need to try to find the nearest Winn-Dixie and get some chicken wings.
Like I don't know if there's a lot of Winn-Dixies ever since their mafia stuff. Have you ever looked up the Winn-Dixie mafia stuff?
I have not.
Yeah,
now I'm pretty into. I love a conspiracy.
Yeah, there's some serious mafia ties back
with the Winn-Dixie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There used to be a movie called. I guess there still is about Winn-Dixie, or is a dog named Winn-Dixie. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah. Like they had a.
It's like a wholesome movie. Y'all probably watched it.
Probably. Probably it was on like Angel or something.
It was something. Yeah, Daystar. I don't know.
Daystar.
It's like
I've never heard of that one.
Daystar's religious television network.
Dude, we still have that Enjoy app. I talked about it months ago, dude.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Yeah. It's good when you have like kids and family, for sure.
Yeah. Or grown-ups that are wholesome.
Grown-ups who are good people. Adults, kids, honestly, all of God's people. The dog. But
yeah, we don't like our dog getting into any bad stuff,
or Sammy.
Yeah. When Sammy cusses,
listen, Sammy looks like
bad.
If Sammy could talk, he would cuss like a sailor.
Sammy,
he's got the neck for it. He just looks like he would be.
Some people in long necks cuss a lot.
Have you not? I mean, you have a short neck.
That's true. I got a baby neck.
That's all I'm saying.
Cuss it. Might be honest.
So all I'm saying.
No, I do think that Sammy's really well behaved, but I think he's holding some stuff back.
Oh, he's got some aggression. There's some trauma there.
Yeah, Sammy's a good turkey, but yeah, Sammy ain't had a girlfriend.
Well,
that's the end of the sentence.
That's another story.
If Sammy's single, Sammy's not happy because those turkeys they like their females.
Wow, we went a different route right there. But Sammy's aggression versus Anyways, we're going to find a Winn-Dixie. Maybe Angel can find the nearest Winn-Dixie in Pensacola.
Pensacola's the closest one.
There's a Winn-Dixie.
Where's
somewhere
the one we passed?
In Alabama. There has to North Georgia. That screams Winn-Dixie.
Maybe I saw it when I was down in Florida. Like everything's in Florida. That's where the Shoney's was.
There's not a Winn-Dixie in North Georgia. That doesn't sound right.
But you know what? It's doing big things in Pensacola.
My God.
There's 3 of them. There's no Winn-Dixies
in Georgia.
There's 4 of them there. Dude,
I'm headed to Florida in a couple of weeks.
Are there only 5 Winn-Dixies left?
I bet Mississippi has a Winn-Dixie. That feels right.
Yeah. Mississippi.
Feels right.
Mississippi still doesn't have internet. Not
in half the state, I'm pretty sure. But
so I had a thought.
Yeah.
When we were talking about grocery store hacks, what is the worst thing you could do in a grocery store that's like not a felony or anything?
Right. Not.
Like, what would it take to get kicked out of a grocery store without it being a felony?
I would say, and no, I've not done this because, I'm a germaphobe. But, some grocery stores, like Ingles, and I think other grocery stores, like they have like these areas where you can get like granola or like chocolate covered like raisins or nuts and things like that are in like the clear bins, where you can lift them up and there's like a scooper and you kind of scoop out. I could see, people going elbow deep in one of those type of bins, just like, and eating the food out of it. That would get you kicked out.
You think that's getting you kicked out? Because
I think so.
Yeah, but
you're digging out in there and eating all this stuff in the grocery store.
See, I think by the time the security guy gets there, you can be like, man, I just had one. You're throwing me out for one, and I got 150 in groceries.
I'm not saying just like a little quick chocolate covered almond. I'm talking about like elbow. You're in there.
I mean, you talking about like multiple trips to the buffet or just one?
Oh, multiple.
Oh,
just
okay.
standing there.
Yeah.
It's not even a buffet. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like
like
the bins.
the nut buffet thing.
That's a new one.
Like
the nut buffet.
Multiple trips.
Yeah.
But,
just barehanded.
Yeah.
In the buffet of assorted.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tasting one?
I don't know.
Like a mixed nut thing.
I like a chocolate covered.
Oh, that's not a mixed nut thing. That's something different.
And then what do you mean by
I'm
mixed
talking
nut?
about you just buy a container of mixed nuts.
I don't really buy a lot of nuts. I usually just, if I want to eat nuts, I just get almonds or something.
Yeah.
Pretty plain.
I like a pecan.
I do like a candied pecan at like the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Those are. You made some, or Brittany made some. They were
one of us did.
They were really good.
But I feel like a pecan is like the fancy,
like a classy
food.
nut.
Yeah, it's a classy nut.
It really is.
The peanut, man, that's
the everyday man.
That's like the guy that eats McDonald's every day.
Cool. That's rough.
Yeah. Gosh, could you imagine like just how that feels to eat something like that every day?
No, that would be
tough.
Now, have you seen where people, and it's a North Carolina thing, I think it originated in North Carolina, but people put peanuts, and we've talked about this before, like in Pepsi.
Yeah. I heard about it in like RC and
or
Coke
RC
and
Cola.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's real.
Dude, I got home the
stuff.
other day, and Isaac, he's been eating dinner Tuesdays at a friend's house. And I realized why. And it's can you please stop sneezing? No, I'm just kidding.
That was Angel.
Yeah, Angel. She doesn't like to talk on the podcast, but she'll sneeze on it, apparently. No, but so he goes over to their house on Tuesday, and they're friends of the family. I mean, they're like family to us.
Yeah.
But I think one of the reasons he goes is she gives him RC colas, and we don't really do colas at the house.
They make RC cola still.
They do, and this one was a cherry RC.
Where are you buying these? Winn-Dixie? Like, where are you finding?
She lives in Alabama, so
that one, or Piggly Wiggly.
No, they got different things. They got like United Grocery. I'm not even sure what that is.
Or there's or Foodland. You ever seen a Foodland?
Foodland used to be pretty big.
They're in Alabama. I've seen those before. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's like a discount Piggly Wiggly, if you can imagine. But
is it Piggly Wiggly the discount? Actually,
one would argue.
When we were in Florida, we went to Piggly Wiggly. They were high, dude.
So,
like when we were at Port St. Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, like Bubblies, right? You can get them at Walmart for like a 12-pack or 8-pack or whatever for $4.
Right.
They're like $6.99
at Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
But granted, down there in that part of Florida, I feel like everything's more expensive in the grocery stores too. So I don't know.
I think they're trying to sell Bubblies to stay alive.
Well, apparently it's working because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's going for the RC cherry cola.
Yeah, I think he's going for the colas.
He probably is.
Yeah.
He's a smart kid. Especially if you're not buying RC cola.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
I don't know if you can find
I didn't
RC
know anybody
cola
was buying RC cola.
I didn't know me either since like 1978. But what would you say is your grocery store crime, so to speak?
I committed a grocery store crime once.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure I have. Honestly.
And I was honestly like really convicted of it. So I told my boss.
That's where we differ. Just kidding.
So I told my boss and ended up buying it. But they didn't have soap in the bathrooms. And I kept asking, I was like, hey, can we get some soap in here? And it's like, we're not worried about that right now and stuff like that.
Y'all should be worried.
And I went through like a shift where, I went to the bathroom like twice, right? So it was like my second time tinkle.
Yeah.
All right. So it was my second time and I'm like, dude, they still don't have soap. So I wet the hands, got a little soap from the like one of the dispensers they sell. One of the little soap bottles they sell. Went back to the bathroom and washed it. And dude, I felt so convicted. I bought that bottle and apologized to my boss. And I was just like, and I even brought up to him like this. I'm like 14, 15. I was like, sir, I sinned.
Oh, Lord. See, this is where we differ. This is why you have that app for the movies and I don't. I would have been like, well, I'm putting the dang soap in the bathroom and leaving it there. And if anyone asks questions, I'll tell them why. I just left it in there. Like,
dude, I even talked to the preacher about it. I felt so bad. I was
sounds like
praying and
confession.
stuff. Well, I wasn't Catholic anymore, but I had started in the Catholic Church.
Right, so it felt right.
So I was just used to telling them
Like,
what I did wrong.
Father, I have sinned,
Right.
but yet I'm clean,
Right.
more or less. It was dawn.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
yeah, I would have left the soap in the bathroom, but like, y'all can thank me later because
right. No,
I
I
don't
just
want people
went and got
walking
squirted
around with fecal matter on their hands, going elbow deep in the nut buffet, as you talked about. And that's not good for anybody. That's not good.
That's a terrible picture.
Putting chicken wings in a bucket and smashing it. That's a lot.
That's a newer thing, though, right?
What?
The smash wing.
It
bucket.
is, but feels right.
So, I mean,
That's right.
who? All right. So the person you just described,
Yeah.
that's got a little fecal matter on the hand. That's
I'm just
smashing
saying,
down.
you go to the bathroom.
I want your visual image of what this person looks like, and I want to know their job and what kind of shirt they're wearing. All right. So they got a little fecal matter on the hand. They smash the chicken bucket down, and then they're going in the nut buffet.
Oh, that just sounds awful.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nightmare. They're definitely wearing like a NASCAR
shirt,
t-shirt.
absolutely.
Or a Marlboro cigarette tank
yeah.
top or something. I don't know. That's a story.
What kind of footwear?
White New Balance tennis shoes.
White New Balance tennis shoes.
The old ones.
Yeah.
Threads starting to come out, but they're comfy because that's why they still wear them.
Yeah, I could see that. What about like the not Chacos, but the old like flip like the old sandals like that, but some straps are broken?
And they were Velcro?
Yeah.
They had to be Velcro.
They were Velcro,
oh, yeah.
for sure.
I'd rock some Velcro ones. No, I wouldn't. But, yeah.
What kind of job do they have?
Ironically, they work in a grocery store.
At that same grocery store.
In the back.
And that's why
Maybe
Piggly
the butcher.
Wiggly's really doing good in Port St. Joe, apparently.
Yeah. Same with, Winn-Dixie, Piggly Wiggly. Where you at?
All right. So, I don't know what else would get me banned that isn't against the law. I mean,
yeah.
I know that when I worked at a Kroger a long time ago, I'm talking, 14, 15, it was the same Kroger. We used to have a DVD and video game rental place inside the store.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like Kroger's version of Blockbuster inside the Kroger.
Yeah.
And I had gotten a video game and I lost it. And my boss held my paycheck
Till you found that.
Until I found the game and I couldn't find it. And so it held like 3 paychecks. And I was like, well, I need to cash it so I can pay for the game. And he gave me the checks and I ran and never went back to that Kroger.
How expensive is this video game?
I mean, I wasn't making a lot. I was like 14.
But still, I don't think it would take 3 months worth of paycheck. You get a new job, buddy.
Right.
Even at 14.
I mean, it was a lot of money he had on my checks. I'm talking like he had probably $300-$400, and
that video game
was like
$29.99 at most back then. Dang.
But he was hard on it, man.
Sounds like it.
That dude liked video games, I guess.
Yeah, the whole soap thing. It sounds like a traumatic experience.
Yeah, dude. I had some weird early jobs and early managers. That's the thing that I've realized as I've become a leader, like later on in life, man, we have such an absence of leaders.
Yeah.
Like in this nation. I mean, a lot of people just can't lead. Like one of the places I'm working with right now, Catch a Lift, man, has probably the best leadership team that I've ever worked with. I mean, they're phenomenal. Just caring, loving, just supportive and everything. But when I worked at Cracker Barrel, right out of this was like into high school and a little bit college. I think I might have told you this before, but still, this is such a just beautiful picture. This Joker, he'd come up in like the old bugs, the new bugs had already started to come out, but this is one of the old ones. And it wasn't a good vehicle. He had to push it a lot, and sometimes we'd go help him.
I've been there.
And so he was a tall, like thin guy. I think kind of like Inspector Gadget look.
Gotcha.
Okay. And he would go to the tables And if people said the food didn't taste right, he'd pick it up and try it.
Ooh.
And like right in front of them.
Yeah, that would get kicked out of a restaurant.
And
You would,
and
well,
he
maybe
was the
not.
manager. He was doing good. But yeah, like if you're like, oh, this hamburger doesn't taste right, tastes good to me.
And what would they do next?
Because he wouldn't want to give you money back for your hamburger. And I remember one time I was waiting the table, and I'm like, this dude is killing my tips today because I hated when he was my manager.
Yeah. What did Cracker Barrel like?
And he sat there and took a bite off this lady's hamburger. And then put it back down.
Story.
Yes, promise. And he put it back down. And he's like, hey, it tastes fine to me. And he walked away. It was done at that point. He's like, here's your burger. You're still paying for it. And I asked him, I was like, do I take it off the bill? And he's like, no, it's a perfectly good burger.
What was his reasoning behind eating other people's food?
Because he just wanted to prove that there was nothing wrong with it.
But yeah, he wouldn't give people their... What would people do? They just...
I was like,
stay...
What? Yeah, like, oh, they'd get mad.
It. I mean, yeah,
and tip me nothing.
I'd have been like...
And they'd still pay the bill and just not tip me anything.
I wouldn't have paid the bill.
And I told him, I was like, can they at least get 10% off since you ate a bite?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't let me give him anything off.
That's some...
He had a small mouth, though.
That doesn't matter.
The mouth size doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, get a little nibble on this little bird.
I mean, he wasn't going like all in. He was just getting a little bite off it.
Yeah, that's... I hope there was soap in that bathroom. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we had some soap in that bathroom. That's back in the day, though, when the smoking section was just on the other side of the lattice wall.
Right. What was the purpose of that? It was like, why is
that lattice wall protected everybody?
Them antiques on... Yeah, it blocked it.
I had one manager, like I got picked on for being short all the time, and he wouldn't let me work in the smoking section because he's like, it's already stunted your growth.
Well, I remember Pizza Hut's smoking section, non-smoking section, but there's no wall.
No lattice.
No, you might have a buffet that's about 5 foot long. That's it.
Yeah, I felt safe with the lattice.
And it's like, what's the purpose of a non-smoking section or a smoking section? Like,
yeah, it's
wild time. It's been a wild time.
Yeah, but now when I see people smoke, I forget that people still do it. Because I don't think I personally know anybody that smokes. I know people that vape. Which I'm not advocating that whatsoever. Okay. That scares the mess out of me. But like,
yeah, you gotta be careful.
But like, I don't think I know a person that smokes.
Yeah, I know some people that smoke.
Well, I think you hang out with a little sketchier crowd than I do.
Just Christ-like. I try. We're yeah.
So you told me before the episode that you've got
a little milk of human kindness,
some
or
good news moves.
A good news moves. I like that.
Yeah,
pretty good.
That's good stuff.
That's good stuff. Whoever came up with that. But yeah, this while back, I was helping some people just clean out their yard a little bit. They had some old, like a hot water heater and some old appliances. They were moving out and they got some new stuff. I was like, yeah, I'll help you load it up. Didn't take very long.
Nice.
Helped to do some yard work here and there too, because they'd move stuff outside the house. They're kind of remodeling.
Was this like in the area you live or somewhere else? Okay.
But helped them out. It was a while back, maybe a month or so ago. I don't remember. But they, tried to give me something. I was like, no, don't worry about it. We're all close. But they bought me some brand new AirPods.
Wow.
It's like a little thank you. I was like, you have to do that. I've got some Walmart AirPods that work pretty good. I've had AirPods before, and I've had them for a long time. And I'm one, like the left ear, one's going out, which might work good for you.
Yeah. Since I can't hear in the left ear,
might be great.
You're going to donate them now?
Let me clean them.
Yeah.
They're
I'd like it clean
they're
first.
Old.
Look crusty.
But yeah, they bought me some new AirPods.
That's awesome.
I was like,
so sweet.
It's nice.
If somebody gave
you ain't got to do that.
All right, question. And that was very sweet of them.
It was. It was very nice. Yeah.
I'm very grateful that they did that.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that you're out there serving, man.
I am a servant. So, I don't know why there was a pause there. But anyways,
But if somebody was giving you a pair of used AirPods, or a used mattress,
okay,
which one would you prefer?
Ooh, I mean, the easiest response I say would be used AirPods because,
Okay.
Smaller surface area, easier to clean, whatever. I mean, yeah. I guess a mattress, it depends who's giving you this mattress. Is this
Yeah.
the worker at the
It's
Win
not a
Big Seed
sweet. It's
that's
not a sweet old
hands
grandma.
deep in the nut buffet, or is it more of a
It's not a sweet old grandma, and it's not like
like your
a girl you find
mom or
attractive.
yeah? It's
Okay.
you gotta take
So it's
the
just like somebody random.
AirPods. What would you take?
I mean, I think I'd have to go to the AirPods too, but
Less surface area to clean. A mattress, especially talking about like a king.
but
Like, good
earwax
God.
is one of the things that grosses me out pretty good.
I feel like you can clean some AirPods pretty good. You can.
Do you think you can really get in there?
I think so.
You need like a toothpick or something?
Probably. Go around the edge. Well,
How big are your AirPods?
pretty big.
It looks like you're stirring a
Just
crock pot.
get all that crust. A little like a Lysol wipe or something.
See,
wipe
when
it
you
down.
got to use words like crust,
Just using that for dramatic
stuff
effect.
like that, like, that makes me not want AirPods. But
Have you ever been given a mattress?
oh yeah. Have I kept it?
Yeah. I remember in college someone gave me a mattress, but I needed it, and that time I was broke and poor, so I used it.
When
I remember.
When Brittany and I first got married, somebody gave us a fold-out couch that had a bed, but it still had the plastic on it.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Desperate.
and it was a family
Hard times.
member,
Like,
so
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I mean, somebody gave me a mattress one time, and they're like, "Hey, I'm just getting rid of it. I'm just gonna leave it
Yeah.
right here." I set it on fire for them.
Aren't they pretty flammable?
Yeah, they burn good.
It's a good bonfire.
Yeah,
If you need to have a
yeah.
bonfire.
I don't think that's something they want us to burn. But I live in the rural part.
Yeah, you don't live in city limits.
That's like, did I tell you what happened when there was a dog in our yard? I'm not going to go into detail on it, but there was
should you go into
no. There was a dog in our
story?
yard, and we tried to call like the no-kill shelter and the pound and stuff like that, and they're like, "You live out in the rural area, just shoot it." And I'm like, that seems like the worst advice that you
That
can
is
give
horrible.
somebody.
That is
Like,
awful.
yeah.
No, that's
no,
not.
no. It's like I live in a rural area, but that's not the advice we need to be throwing out there.
We can.
You need to be like, hey, shoo them off.
There's some other
somewhere.
options.
Yeah,
People love animals. People
right.
adopt animals. Like, we can find.
But I just thought that was so weird that the government was saying, do this with it.
We could go down that trail, but I don't know if we're not that type of podcast.
We're not going to get into politics.
We're not that podcast. But
so,
yeah.
I was thinking about it. After the comedy show, we naturally gave Brian Bates a new skillet, man.
We did.
And I think he really appreciated that. I'm sure his wife has used it.
I don't think he knew what to do with it at first.
No. I don't. I think if somebody that you don't really know randomly gives you a skillet, you're not really sure what to do with it.
Yeah.
But I kept the labels on it because I didn't want him to think it was used.
That'd been even better.
Yeah.
Would you rather have
rusty one?
A used skillet or a used AirPod?
Oh, used skillet any day.
Yeah.
Dude, you can clean a skillet up,
you
man.
can just get you some,
Yeah, that's not even a question, bro.
But anyways.
But so we end up giving that to him, and I thought about it. Like, Brian's cool guy, fun guy.
He is, yeah.
But I don't know that he's what you would consider a protector. And I've heard him on his podcast, and he's had some like squirrel incidents and different things like that. And I think he had like a skunk living under his house, he said on the podcast one time. But so I think we did more for him than we realized, because I think we gave him protection on his way back to Nashville.
Let me tell you, you can go to town on a skillet.
Yeah.
Multiple ways.
Skillet does some damage.
Cooks some good burgers, cooks some good steaks. Rid your house of pests. I don't
but with thinking about the skillet for protective measures, I was looking at an article, and it happened just a little over a year ago. But there was a guy in Chicago, and he got notified by his home alarm system. It was like 3 PM. He was on his way home that there was a burglar. So he's like, "Oh, well, that's not good. I need to get home quick and take care of this."
Yeah.
So when he gets home, he's like, "Oh, nobody's here." Until he opens the door and goes in, and the guy's coming down the stairs that just broke into his house.
Mm,
So he grabs a skillet
rightly so.
and just starts beating the man with the skillet. I guess the man had no weapon or anything. And just starts beating the man with the skillet. And there's video of him going out the house, beating him with the skillet, going like to the fence in the front yard, beating him with the skillet and stuff.
Can't say I blame him,
And-
honestly.
But I mean, I've been hit with a skillet.
Now, when you were hit, I mean, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being just like insane pain. What was the velocity coming behind that skillet?
It was coming hard. I mean,
7.5.
there were some bullet wounds that didn't hurt like that.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so
I remember when I was a kid, I was a teenager. And what we would do is, and teenagers, I do not recommend this to you. Going ahead and saying that. Uncle Mark and Uncle Austin do not recommend this. But we would ride on the back of friends' cars on occasion and see how high we can get the speed up to before we fell off. And I remember there was one point we had gotten pretty fast.
Yeah.
And when I fell off, I hit my head.
Oh.
And kind of straight landed on the head. I think I might have bumped and then hit my head. It was probably bumped and hit my head. And I feel like the skillet reminded me of that.
So it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was not good. And now that I think about it, I've got a lot of head injuries in my life.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you and the listening audience is saying that. Somebody was telling me last week.
Light bulb moment.
They're like, I love how on some of your words you take them really slow, and I was like, that's the processing.
That's the skillet.
That's years of brain injuries.
That's skillet TBI I have.
Well, also I was in combat, so that helps.
Yeah, no shade. I get it. We're patient. We're here for you.
Sometimes I hang on to a word a little longer than I need.
Man, there's a lot of trauma at this table.
Oh, I ain't got no drama.
Emotional and physical. Anyway. So what happened? He beats the guy down.
Yeah, man.
At the fence line with this skillet.
Like the guy got away, but he remembered him.
Oh yeah, I bet he won't come back.
And it's been a year and the guy hasn't been back.
Right. Well,
did you hear the story about what's going on in Vegas? I've heard that it's a falsity now, but
I don't think I have.
They said that they're gonna get some Uno playing,
like gambling Uno.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I've heard that it's not. It's false. That it's not true. But who knows? I mean, maybe that I read was false and it really is true. So I read it off a friend's Facebook, and they're not always the most reliable for information.
Fake news.
It was on Angel's Facebook.
I was about to say, whose Facebook was this on? Sounds like something Angel.
Her stuff's pretty reliable, but I don't know that she fact checks. She only fact checks me, like the
thank God.
Shoutout thing in a couple weeks.
we need that. We need that accountability. But Uno Las Vegas.
Yeah, could you imagine that?
I would love that.
Have you had any like serious Uno games that turned into problems?
Yeah, I've played a lot. I don't know if I should say this, but I've built a lot of therapy sessions playing some Uno games back in the day with the kids and stuff
that's
like
great
that.
with therapy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like in your regular life. Over or under 4 relationships have severed due to Uno.
No, under. Yeah. No.
Is there any specific thing like a game or anything like that, Monopoly, whatever, that you've had at least 2 relationships sever over? And maybe that's not what they said was the reason, but you can tell that was a root.
Now, Monopoly, I will say, if you're not careful with Monopoly, it gets pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Like when you start charging people rent, and you're still in there, like, you're buying the railroad out from under them. They're going in debt. They're not wanting to pay up. Like, it definitely can end some relationships.
Well, so Isaac is super shady when it comes there.
Well,
and he's like the shadiest Monopoly player I know.
Is he always the banker?
No, but
Is he
he
that type of
always
guy where he's trying to
right.
keep a couple of 50s stuck
Put a little
together?
bit.
Yeah.
But no, he always like forms alliances.
Mhm.
Like he'll sit there and he'll buy a boardwalk and you bought Park Place and he's like, "Hey, I'll give you 20% whenever somebody lands on mine as long as I got immunity from yours." And then the next properties, he'll be doing
Yeah.
this and stuff. And then you're forgetting everything because you're like, was it 20% on this one or 8 or
Right.
whatever? And Joker's got a calculator out there and,
He's
and confused. And he only picks on people
up?
like you that don't math.
Yeah, I don't math.
So,
Well, a lot of time he must have on his hands to go
I mean,
there.
I think between games, like, it might be a couple
Yeah.
months between a Monopoly
Right.
game or something. He's just plotting all of it.
I haven't played Monopoly in a long time.
You play with Isaac, you're
Won't
gonna,
play again.
yeah, it'll be a longer time.
I bet he wins too.
You're gonna change your heart on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does good, man, because he'll outlast anyone.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is just like tired of it.
It's like, okay, you can have Park Place. I'm going to bed.
But they have these games now that my wife and kids play that it's like Uno no rules or something like that. And there's all these Uno variations where like you get to make up your own rules or you get to do that. And they do it with Monopoly and they do it with everything. And I'm like,
Yeah. What happened to just old school
yeah,
Monopoly?
like this was good for like 100 years. Like why are we changing it?
Or what's the Uno one that like the card machine that spits
Oh,
out
yeah.
cards? Like that's just I've never
Uno Las Vegas.
just right. That's where it came from. Just give me some old Uno cards.
Yeah.
Just old school red, green, yellow, red, whatever colors they have. I don't remember all the colors they got. Blue.
Oh, what are they? Red, blue, yellow,
Red, blue, yellow, green.
green. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Right.
That sounds good.
Well done.
Right. But yeah, they always try to update the game. I'm like, just keep it.
As I like to mention, in some countries,
Yeah.
they refer to us as an educational podcast. So we're gonna get deep for a minute, man.
That must be hard up for some educational podcasting.
Well, there's this thing that I'd heard it before, and I saw a video recently, and it kind of triggered my mind on it. But they kind of show you in the military, but it's also great for like leadership
Yeah.
and like really setting yourself apart in life. And what the metaphor is it's about being a thermometer or being a thermostat.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're a thermometer, you kind of go into an environment and you allow yourself to adjust to that environment. If the room's 72, the thermometer's going to adjust to 72. So if the room's real negative, you're going to go in there and, you're going to feed into that negativity.
Yeah.
If the room's real positive, you're going to feed them, whatever it is. And I was explaining this to my sons and having a conversation with them about it. But I was like, what you really want to be is the thermostat.
Yeah.
When you go into a room, you allow that room to adjust to you.
Mm-hmm.
And, if they're being real negative, don't fall into that.
Yeah.
And you be that shining light. You be the positivity in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started telling, my boys about that. We were talking about that some this week. And, with Coy, he's at Fire Academy now for 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was talking to him about that. I was like, there's going to be some rooms you walk in. It's going to be real easy to be that thermometer. But you got to be the thermostat. You got to set the tone of that room. And you can have the power to change that room.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, Isaac and Josh, they decided, hey, Coy's going to do a 10-week basic training. We're going to do a 10-week working out with Dad. And we're going to get real fit, which Isaac has been so cranky, getting up at 6 a.m. to work out.
Right.
But it's been kind of funny because yesterday I was reading the Bible when we were getting ready to work out. And he came in there. He's like, "Oh, what you reading, Dad? Like what book?" And I was like, "I'm in Proverbs chapter 6."
Yeah.
And Isaac found a new favorite verse, and it's Proverbs chapter 6, verse 9. and it talks like in the HCSB version or the CSB now, I think version, it starts off, it says, "Get out of bed, you slacker." And talking about how like basically people will sleep their life away and laziness and things like that. And so he pulled that up on his phone and started sending it to all his friends because it was his one day that he got up before all of them because it was his first day working out, you know. So it's funny how like we can start to do that. You know, we become like the gym bro whenever we get up our one time early in the morning.
Like, wow, I am so fit.
Right.
Here I am. 5:30 a.m. Who am I?
Right. But no, he's doing so good, man. Good. Him and Josh, we worked out yesterday and today, and they did good, awesome. Dude. Proud of them. Awesome. Zeke came out there with us yesterday.
Okay.
And today he had to go to the dentist. So.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. It's not fun.
Oh, man. And he had the same one that I told you about a couple weeks ago that, like, drowned me.
Did he have to, like, suck out his own spit?
He was like, Dad, I wasn't qualified either. Like, that's what he said to
he's
me.
12, 13.
Yeah, like, and he was like, I didn't know when to suck it and when to do it. And he's like, I didn't go to dental school.
Like, that's what we're paying her for.
Right.
But I've heard that thermometer, thermostat analogy. I know it's so easy to, you know, when especially if you work with a group of people.
Right.
Like, you want to be a team player and you want to be relatable. And I think, you know, especially, you know, if you work for like a high stress job or, you know, there's a lot of like stress and like you have to vent, like, I think you can still be relatable to people, but also not buy into the negativity. I think you have to be conscious about it. And it can get hard sometimes because, you know, I work with a team now and they're great, you know, but, you know, we have our stressful days and it's like, where's the line between venting real quick and kind of like getting over something, processing it if you need to do that versus wallowing. That's an old term.
Wallowing, man, I ain't heard that in a while.
It works good for that.
That's like Church of God term. They say that.
Oh yeah, it's very evangelical Pentecostal terminology. Wallowing, but
no G,
no, it's an apostrophe at the end. You know, wallowing, but yeah, you know, it's
no, that's true, man. And like, you know, you think about it and. That can really make or break a team.
Oh, yeah. I think you definitely, I mean, like I said, there's power in, like, being a team and kind of, you know, I think just kind of venting about something if you need to and discussing, man, this is so frustrating. You know, what can we do versus, like, staying in that mindset. It's like, you know, okay, you talked about it for a couple of minutes. Now what's the plan to move on?
Right.
Like, how can we get over it? How can we make this process better or easier? There's good stuff to have, even in your personal life, too.
Yeah, dude. Well, you know, we were going to get into a segment and spend a little more time on it, but let's do a real quick one. I want you to give me, like, one hobby that heals.
Oh, yeah. For me, it's been, I don't want to say walking, but rucking. Yeah, just either, you know, rucking's like weight to cardio, right? You have, like, a weight backpack or vest, and you can run, you can jog, you can hike, you can walk, kind of whatever you want to do. But for me, man, that's been like a healing hobby.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. It's just a good time to by yourself, you know, and adds a little more, you know, stress to the workout, but in a good way.
Right.
It's just like good.
Yeah, like it feels like you got a lot more done than just walking.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Which walking's a great workout.
Oh yeah.
But like I've seen that you burn 3 times as many calories and for muscle growth on your quads and everything when you're doing it. So you know, one of the things that, and a lot of my stuff, as you know, is like dealing with fitness too. But one of the things that I've started doing this week, because I know Coy's doing a lot of push-ups at this fire academy, and I can't let him get better than me at push-ups.
No.
So what I started doing is, you know, those Bosu balls?
Yes.
Like the half ones?
Yeah.
So I got one of the half ones, and I turn it up where the soft part's on the ground.
Yeah.
And then I do really slow push-ups on them. And, like, I'll do lots of them. And, like, I think today I did, like, altogether, like, 300, 350 of them. And, yeah, and it was funny because Josh was in there, you know, Coy and Isaac's best friend, and he was like, "You make this look so easy," and he did, like, 3 of them, and he's like, "No.
This isn't easy." Trying to keep that balance.
Yeah, but, dude, just going real slow with it, man, I've really enjoyed doing that. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that just a couple days now, but like it really just allows you to clear your mind and kind of get in that positive mindset and everything.
Yeah, that's how rucking has been for me. It's just a nice way I can get by I usually go by myself. It's like a good
Right.
time for prayer, just listen to music or just kind of think about life and clear your
Well,
head and get away from the noise
that
for a little
movie
bit.
War Room, like I feel like the track's my war room. Like whenever I'm rucking or whatever, I
Oh
love
yeah.
like I'll listen to some worship music
Oh
or
yeah.
pray or listen to scripture or whatever.
We can talk more about
Yeah,
hobbies
yeah,
that
we'll
heal
get more
maybe
into
next week
that.
and stuff.
But one thing I just want to just encourage everybody, man, like find that one thing this week that kind of helps you, whether it's mindset,
Yeah.
whether it's doing something for yourself physically, but like just working to try to improve that one little thing in your life.
Mhm.
Like in the Atomic Habits, it talks
Mhm.
about just a tiny habit can end up becoming so life changing. So
Yep.
I want to encourage everybody on that. And man, I'm excited. Next week, we've
Yeah.
got a fun guest coming
We
on.
do.
We're not gonna give away everything about it now,
Right.
but I'm pretty pumped. He may or may not be a pro wrestler, and
Yeah.
and
It's gonna be
actually,
fun. It's gonna be
if
fun.
you follow us on Facebook, you'll see I asked if anybody had any questions for this individual. So check it out if you got
Yep.
any questions for him. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. And
He's
find
gonna. Oh, I'm sorry,
no, you
but
go.
he's gonna bring a lot of energy.
Oh,
He's
he's
one of
gonna
the most
be
energetic people I've ever met.
I'm drinking like a Red Bull before to
Right?
make sure I'm awake. But make sure you find us on Life with Rojo on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you do find that hobby like Mark was talking about, oh no, I almost said Mike. Like who's Mike? Mark was talking about, post what that hobby is,
Yeah.
that hobby that heals, and we'll talk more about that maybe in the next couple of weeks. But it's been a good day,
It's
man.
been good, man.
Yeah.
Well, we love you guys and look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah.
And have an awesome week.
See you guys next time.
I'd like to introduce myself. I don't believe that we have ever met.